Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, and I wanted to share with you a change in my title. And I know that sounds kind of funny to be sharing that, but I feel the words we use are, full of different meanings for different people. So I'd like you to know the meanings that I assign to them, as that really will kind of explain the kind of space I hold for people and the energy that you can count on when you're working with me. So my new title, and this was channeled a little bit from just surrounding helping energies, is that of feminine intuition and dream life coach. So I'm going to go one by one. Hi Elena, hi Sharon, thanks for watching. So feminine for me is a word that's full of meaning, and everybody assigns to the feminine whatever they want. So I will also assign to the feminine what I feel called for to bring forth with its energy. So usually feminine is connected to something sweet, something demure, something beautiful. And I don't mind those aspects of the feminine, but when I speak about feminine intuition, the feminine that I'm bringing into the space is so much more than that. And it is basically my truth and your truth that rests in your unique feminine. So I don't assign the kind of feminine that you embody or that I embody. I just invite our authentic feminines to hold the space. So I thought this would kind of be important for people to know that this is not just some like sweet, dressed nicely and chat about flowers and cakes. It's definitely a lot more than that. It's going into your feminine truth. So the next word is intuition. And it's a big word, and I think a lot of people assign to intuition also different meanings. It's like a gut feeling. It's a feeling that you can't shake off. It's some nagging feeling that you have continuously, but you're not listening to. And it could be all of it. But for me, intuition is the truth of your soul. So when you work with me, I'm actually helping you dig deep to hear your soul. And your soul speaks through intuition. It's really simple as that. And why it's feminine is because you're a woman, so we're going to look for the feminine way that your soul speaks to you. And I think this is really key, so that you can really tell when things are not coming from that space because you don't feel well. So when your soul speaks to you, you always feel well. There's no judgment. There's never even a direction. Soul never directs. Soul just gently expresses its wishes, or sometimes it tells you what boundaries have been crossed, but it never directs you to do anything. The doing part is up to you based on your soul's input. So that's the intuition that we get to whilst we release the blocks that are standing between you and your intuition. And the blocks are, any family inflicted pain, trauma, difficulty, unresolved feelings, anything that you've picked up from society that tells you not to listen to yourself, anything generational, ancestral, where people have not listened to their soul. So there's quite a lot to let go of in order for you to hear yourself. And that's the work I do. That's the work I help you facilitate. So next word is feminine intuition and dream life guide. So dream, I want to talk about what that word means. Usually the connotation of a dream is something kids have. Kids have dreams, and adults have dreams when they sleep. That's basically kind of, hi DG. It's basically how people look at dreams. And there's so much more to this. Dreams are your deep desires. And dreams are also practical manifestations of your soul, meaning of your intuition. So, if you have dreams to live in a really big house, that is your soul's need. And it is being manifested as this image of where you need to place yourself in order to be happy. And that's all your soul wants, for you to be happy. So we need to reinvent and upgrade the word dream so that it doesn't have a connotation only of childlike awe, which is definitely a huge part of it. And we don't want to erase that from, the meaning of that word, because we want to keep the childlike awe, because that's our purity and our innocence. But we also want to bring the strength of the feminine, which has the power to manifest dreams. So when I say dream life coach, I mean manifested life coach. Okay? So dream life, what a word, right? So what can life mean to all of you? It could mean, where you live, how you live, what kind of job you have, what relationships you have, what hobbies you have, if you travel, if you have enough money, your relationships, how you raise your kids. All these things are your life, right? But I also want to add an aspect which I think is something where life rests in, and that is your own presence. Life is your presence. So when you're present, you're actually experiencing life. So that's a really important part. So when we say dream life, so I said dream is manifestation and life is presence. It's actually, I'm helping you manifest your presence. And that's where all the magic, I really love that word, but I kind of put it in quotations because we also assign unrealistic expectations from the word magic. That's where the magic occurs. When you are, let's go back to the beginning, listening to your truth, which is your feminine, hearing your desires, which is your intuition, and how your soul speaks, seeing the manifestation and seeing the ideas where you want your soul to go in terms of, a house, better relationships, living in nature, better job, just a more relaxing way of living. Those dreams are exactly the manifestation in reality of your desires that will make you happy. And that's all we want in this life, is to be happy and fulfilled. And so the last word, coach, because I'm feminine intuition and dream life coach. Thanks for the hearts. The coach part, I do want to explain, because I first came up when I was hearing this new title, the word guide. So I would be feminine intuition and dream life guide. But then later when I was speaking with people, I was saying coach all the time, probably because of habit, but because also I feel a coach has a little more active role than a guide, and I do have an active role in your transformation when I do work with you. And I want to explain that active role. So the active role is not only helping you get to the goals you, set up for yourself that you think will be your dream life. It's also looking at whether those goals and desires are true. So it's going deeper and investigating whether the goals and desires that you're feeling are really your truth, or they are coming from all this unresolved emotion that's been swirling around and that you want relief from. So when we process those emotions, and you get relief, the clarity of what desires you actually want shows up immediately. And those desires are the one we want to go for. I also want to say that in my opinion, coaching is one part of coaching as it's understood today is encouragement. And I love that. I absolutely encourage my clients. So I'd love to take that on as a connotation of the word. But all the other kind of things that people assign to coaches, like number one, taking people out of their comfort zones, pushing them, challenging them, I don't do any of that because I don't believe in that. What I do believe in is healing. I do believe in personal resilience. So I support you to find that personal resilience. And the reason why I don't push you outside of your comfort zone is because that has never worked for me. And I am a highly sensitive person, and my clients are mostly highly sensitive people and intelligent people. And they thrive in safety. So which is something 90% of other coaches would never, touch, or would say, no, you can't make quantum leaps from safety. And that's exactly where I've made my quantum leaps, when I felt the most safe in my life. Not when someone pushed me, not when there was a deadline that insisted I do something when I wasn't ready, not when I wasn't aligned with my feelings. So that's how I interpret the word coach. As a healer, as an alchemist, as definitely a space holder, and someone who is not afraid of emotions and processing all emotions as they come in a way that provide insight for you. Not just sitting there with emotions and letting them run the show, because, sometimes the emotions can get the best out of you because you are used to being in them and then they repeat themselves. So what we want to do is find what this emotion is telling you. Hi, Nadia. We want to know what this emotion is telling you so that it doesn't repeat. And this is the glorious part of doing coaching with me, is that when you are processing the emotions that you've, held on to in your subconscious that you're not even aware of, and you're not doing it on purpose, you're really clear. So there's absolutely no doubt anymore of what you should be doing. You're just led to it because your soul and your intuition and your feminine speak to you all the time. Whether we are able to hear the extent of the richness that we have inside us depends on how much of the imposed blocks that we've, adopted from family, society, and generationally, we're able to let go of. So I hope this kind of explains the energy of the feminine intuition and dream life coach that I'm now feeling in my soul, that I found a good title for myself. And I did change a lot of names. And that's great because that's how I've transformed. And every time I transformed, I changed how I view myself. And since I'm also a writer, I think words carry tremendous energy. So I love finding the right words, not only for myself, but when I speak to people in coaching sessions, I love finding the right words for them so it resonates what I speak about. So if you have any questions about my work, if you have any questions about my coaching offerings, do let me know. I will post my website in the description of this live. And I look forward to talking with you more and just generating this feminine empowerment and feminine power in you if you choose to work with me. So I hope you have a really lovely weekend, and I'll talk to you soon, guys. Hi, Lisette. You came at the end, but that's okay. You can watch the replay. So bye, Nadia. Bye, Lisette. Bye, everybody. Talk to you soon. Ciao.